here we are doing what would be a 100-hour service on the Polaris here, but I do an odd 100-hour service because what I do, we will do the oil, fuel filter and air filter today, and then at 50 hours I will do the 2 gearboxes, because a service kit for a Polaris is over £200 UK. I have got some new light switches on, but you can't see it. For filming, I have got 2 of them. See how we get on. Right, let's get this socket. I don't have. I'll get the airbox out of the way. I have it jacked up and have the wheel under the cab to help us out. I will take the airbox out and that'll give us a lot of room. That'll let us get into the air and oil filter. The oil filter is down the back there. The drain is underneath with an Allen key.
The agents, they use some kind of vacuum pumps to get the oil out without touching the sump pump. Apparently. Extension. I may get in your road a few times. Haven't been filming much lately. We're having new heating put in and solar panels put in. So we've now got a air source heat pump in. I'll show you at some time, 12 kilowatt, thing's a monster. I'm really looking forward to the electric bill in the winter for it. We'll have to get some new brake pads for the Polaris also, I think. Never ending. Too many vehicles. Or toys, as some people may say. I'm just going to move the mic a little bit. Or toys, as some people may say. We might as well have a look at the drive belt as well when we're in here. And a screwdriver as well. Once I get this lot off, we'll get something to catch the oil underneath and start draining the oil out it while we do the rest. Listen, if you're wondering what I do with the old oil, I take it to the counter tip and they have it recycled. There's a hose at the back there and there's a hose here which is a pain in the butt to get off. Right, we'll get this one out. And we'll drop our screwdriver. Right, that's your air filter inside there. Not too bad, but I've got a new one. So I'll just put the new one. All more parts in Wales. Right, that white bit you can see down at the back there is the fuel filter. The oil filter is down in there. Put a screwdriver again. Some bits I might not be able to film because I'll just be in the road. Right, you can see the oil filter now. So we'll go and get something to put under it and we'll get the oil draining. It has been run this morning, so it will be warm. I'll just stop you there, and once I get sorted I'll bring you back. Go. Right, that's me. I have got the plug out the bottom of the engine, and the oil's needing change, a bit thin looking. So the next challenge is getting the oil filter out, which is, yeah, I'll have to get in your road to do it. I've currently got the plug out the bottom of the engine still. Oil emptied out in no time. It's like dishwater, if you know what dishwater is. Anyway, let's see if we can get the filter off without some big tool or other. Oh, that reminds me, I've actually got a filter tool. The sump plug, I had to put a 2-foot bar in the end of the Allen key to get it to go this thing, which isn't the easiest of things to use. To get it to come out. Let's see if I can get it with this. I'll be in your road for a minute or two. Engine's still nice and warm. Link. I think I need to oil this. The links are getting stiff. Well, it'll be like me then. Old age. And that's the filter movement. Touch any oil that comes out. I'll get some a wonder wipe or something to catch the oil. Just get this underneath it. Okay. Get the worst of it. Just a normal spin-on filter. Hear it, but I can't see it. Just a normal filter. Right, give that a second or two. Clean up. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but the parts come from Allmore Parts. I think they're in Wales. Pretty reasonable for filters and that, for ATVs and stuff, UTVs as this is. Some people say you should put in the engine clean. Some people say you shouldn't put in the engine clean because you never get it all out. And you always have some left. So you can make your own mind up about that one. Up to yourselves. I think I'm more in the shouldn't. Air filter, fuel filter, and it's an actual Polaris Ranger part made by Halco. That's from that Allmore Parts in Wales, or somewhere around Wales. I think they're in Wales. They're on eBay, you'll find them. Like I say, they're not bad with their prices. Same as we took off. SP943 oil filter, made in the EU. That means European Union for anybody watching a long way away that doesn't know what that means. And I have got Castrol 1040. It's their newest oil. It's supposed to, said something in the back, it's good enough for Fiat, Hyundai, Kia, Mercedes-Benz, Renault, Volkswagen, Skoda. Polaris is not mentioned. But you can buy the actual Polaris oil if you want, but it's still a 1040. I will buy the actual Polaris gearbox oils because that's quite important apparently. Especially with the Hilliard clutch at the front. But a litre does it 2 services if I remember right. Some of these places, what they're charging for oil's a crime, I would say. Right, gloves clean. Put some oil around the filter, we'll never get it off ever again. There we go. Tap on the oil so we don't kick it over. Spin that one. I'll be in your road again. Just give that a second to relax and then we'll spin it on a bit more. I just put it in as hand tight, but as hand tight as I can get it. Right, that's that. Now we'll put the sump plug back in. May need to kick you. And we'll do put the oil in, because we don't want to forget to put the oil in. I knew a chap once, he decided to rebuild his engine, made a great job, rebuilt the engine, started it up, and he didn't put the oil in. So his next task was to rebuild the engine. I made a copper washer for this last time, so I'll just put that back. And clean everything. nice sunny day today. Our solar panels will be making about 2.6 kilowatts of electric. Probably, something in that region, maybe a bit more. We have a drip. Got it started. Right, let's make sure it's tight. Actually, get at it. There's a hole directly below the sump plug you can get into it. In the safety skirt thing, they've got a metal plate under the engine, but then further on it's plastic. And we'll need to grease these, and I'll need to get new brake pads for this thing. Another expense. Never mind. Boys and their toys, as they say. Right. What are we doing now? Oh yeah, we're putting oil in. I'm glad you kept me right there. And then we'll do the fuel filter. Probably start it before we do the fuel filter. Spoon the dipstick. I believe modern cars now, they've done away with the dipsticks. They've just got sensors. Right, that's some grip round the filler cap. Trying to get rid of I think we'll be okay. Right, I'll go and get a filler. That's 4 litres of oil, so we'll put in 3 and see what it does. Gonna check you're still recording. Because as you know, GoPros are notorious for not recording when you want them to. Could have done with a smaller filler. I'll go round the other side and put this in. So if you put this to Polaris for a service, I doubt if you get change out the £400 or £500. Because parts alone would come over 200. You might put a new belt in as well, that's another big fee. You could be £1,000. Let's see what it is. Give it a minute. And as you probably know me, I don't like paying for things I don't have to. I'm not in that big an income, so. I think I need 4 litres. According to that, it's on the top marking the dipstick. What we'll do is we'll run it and just check it again. Should be enough, I think. Fan belt tension is good. Yes, it's hard to see, but it's just slightly above the mark for the top notch. But then we'll have to fill the filter, so that should be bang on. So what we'll do is we shall put the top back in, we'll start it up, let it run for a minute, and then we'll do the fuel and air filters. And check the oil again later. I can hear the difference. That's a lot smoother. So we'll just let it run a minute, fill up the filter. There's no oil pressure warning light or anything. Right, we'll let that oil all settle back down while we do the fuel filter. That white thing there, that's the fuel filter we're going to get out. And it's got an electric fuel pump, so we can prime it with the electric fuel pump. And we'll check the oil again. Okay, these can be tight to get off. I didn't think I would take it off by hand. That's the fuel. These filters have a water drain in the bottom of them as well. Moving in the chain wrench. And I've written the date it was fitted on. That's the first fuel filter I've had on here. That's the first fuel filter I've had on here that hasn't choked up with biomatter, if I remember right. When I first got the Polaris, the diesel tank was contaminated with bio. They'd been using tank that was on an estate and they had their own tank, but over time the biological part of diesel starts generating stuff and it chokes up all your filters. So a tank's been cleaned out 3 or 4 times, and eventually over time with changing the filters we got to the point now that it can be done at service interval at the moment, so hopefully it stays that way. I do not put tank diesel in this thing. I go to the garage and get what I need. Filter's been in there for a year and a half. I'd put the date on it when I fitted it. So that hasn't choked up in that time. And you may say it's more than a year, but it's a 100-hour service interval on these. It says that in the book. So you doubting Thomases that say no it's not, read the book. Anyway, we have a new one. In fact, that's the part number if anybody's interested. I should have one on the shelf, so we'll take the one off the shelf because it's over there. Put this one on the shelf. Now for all you peeps that say you should use genuine Polaris bats, genuine Polaris filter. I always kept a filter. Once I changed one I bought another one, so there was always one here because it you would know when it was needing changed because you would hear it in the engine. It would sort of not be right. You could feel it jerking a little bit once you change the fuel filter. And there's also a filter in the tank at the end of the suction line that you need to clean as well. It'll go all lovely and yellow. And if it does, you've got biological material there. You can buy stuff to put in your tank to kill it, but it kills it and you've still got it there. I think you've still to clean out your tank. Right, I've put some oil around the filter. Seal that. See if I can find a pen and write the date on it. What's today's date? That is a good question. The day of filming today is the 27th of July 2024. You might not see this for a while. Right, oh, we've got to prime it now, haven't we? Need to open up the bleed screw a little bit. That's the beauty of having an electric pump, it'll prime it. filter's not tight enough. Leaking on the sealant. We have a leak somewhere. Not sure where. No, still leaking. Seems to be the seal round the top. You saw yourself, that's a genuine Polaris filter. Again. Don't see any stones or anything on it. Pretty straight out the box. Yep. Still leaking. Must be something wrong with that filter. I'll get the loan. I've never had one of these leak before, and I've changed quite a few. just a flat aluminium plate it sits on. Oh, or for you American viewers, aluminium. Nice. Right, we'll try that one. And tighten 3/4 ton it says. Didn't put it tight enough. Right, keep your fingers crossed. No leaky. There's something wrong with that filter. Yeah. Better bleed it, I suppose. Yes. There you go, genuine parts only people. The genuine part, which is made by the same people that made that, leaked, and the clone part, made by the same people that made the other one, didn't. And there's about £1 worth of diesel in there now. No, I won't put it back in. Do something with it though. Right, we start up and see. Oh no, let's check the oil first. Yeah, it's between the two marks, but the engine's sitting at an angle, so we'll check it tomorrow morning. I can top it up if I need to. Right, start her up. Let's do it. Check the GoPro battery. There's a good chance it'll die. Anyway, so it'll just be a reverse of what we did to put everything back, because this GoPro is going to die. But I will pop off this cover. Just have a look at the belt, seeing as we're here. Right, that is a CVT clutch. think you can see it. Constant velocity. What happens is that this is your engine end, that spins, and as it goes in it's got a taper on it, it pushes the belt out, and the clutch, the secondary clutch, it does the opposite. So it's a bigger gear on the front gear and a smaller one in the back gear, so doubling your output. That seems to be okay. What? I want that prop shaft to turn so I can grease it. So I would like that prop shaft to turn so I can grease it. So you need about 1700 RPM for it to engage the second clutch. I think you saw that, did you? So as I rev it up, you'll see the gears change. What I need is the prop shaft to go round a bit. Round. That's where I want it. Tell you what, it's hot today. Are you still recording? Battery's on 23%, so sometimes it goes down to 3, sometimes it goes down to 43. The GoPro, made to disappoint. Right, that's that done. A bit easier with that out of the road. Easy as well. And that'll be it. I'm not going to film putting it all back together because it's just a repeat of taking it to bits. These bushes are so tight. There's 2 more at the back, I'll get them after. They're easy enough to get to. That's it then, basically. Like I say, brand new Polaris filter out the packet, leaking.
This is the Renfrew to Clydebank or Yoker ferry, it's a passenger ferry, and it's been here for about 200 years. It did lose a lot of trade when they built the Clyde Tunnel in 1964, because it's 2 miles upstream. This is the chain winching gear they used on the older ferries. Pull it back and forth across. So it's probably not going to be here for much longer because, and I'll put a photo of it up, they've built a new bridge here, new Renfrew Bridge, which is a swing bridge for letting the ships go up and down the Clyde here. This is the River Clyde looking west outwards. The bridge would be in that shot, and here's the River Clyde. I think this is looking east by the look of it, from the Yoker ferry.